So for today's class, we'll begin seated. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Make sure your back is nice and long, sitting up tall. Your hands can be on your lap, palms facing up. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a moment here to connect with your breath. Feel the air as it enters through the tip of your nose, goes down the back of your throat, your chest rises, your belly rises. How on the exhale, your belly draws in, the air comes up through your chest, out again through the tip of your nose. Start to make each breath just a little bit longer. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, now's a good time. Perhaps your intention is to stay focused, increase your flexibility, your strength, maybe just to be present in the moment. We'll all inhale together for a count of 4. So go ahead and exhale. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and continue like that on your own. Open your eyes. I want you to actually switch the position that your legs are crossed in. So now you've got the awkward side. So drop your chin down to your chest, and then go ahead and start to create some nice big circles with your neck, whichever direction you prefer. We'll go ahead and make about 3 circles in each direction. If you find a place that maybe feels like it needs a little bit of extra work, feel free to go ahead and stop there, explore that area just a little bit longer. And once you've done 3 in one direction, go ahead and take it around to the other direction. When you're done, come back to neutral. Check your positioning, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall again. Now go ahead and take your left hand, place it on your head, and then look over at your left knee. Use that left hand to kind of create a little resistance here so you can feel some stretch in the back of your neck. If you'd like to take it just a little bit further, you can take that right hand, sit it under your glute, and then pull that shoulder away. Now go ahead and take that left hand off and take it over to the front side of your, to the top of your head. And then we're going to shift our gaze up into the right corner of the room. Go ahead and release both hands. Now taking the right hand, placing it on the top of the left side of the head, and then taking a look down to our right knee. And again, you can tuck that left hand under the glute for a little more resistance, pulling that left shoulder down and away as you're using the resistance on the right hand to create that stretch in the back of your neck. And shifting the position of the right hand over to the front left of the head, and shifting your gaze up to the left corner of the room. Go ahead and release the hands, coming to center. Now go ahead and cross your legs under, coming up to tabletop. So here in tabletop, your wrists are stacked under your elbows and under your shoulders. Your knees are stacked directly under your hips, tops of the feet flat on the ground. And you're pushing firmly through your hands. It's an active pose, engaging your lower belly. So inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, lift the gaze, cow. And exhale, you're going to curl through the spine, push firmly through the arms, pull those shoulder blades away from each other for cat. And again, inhale for cow. And exhale, curling through the back, arching through, pushing the shoulder blades away for cat. Once more, drop the belly, lift the gaze for cow. And exhaling, pushing through for cat. Now inhale, come back to a neutral spine. So from here, go ahead and push your body weight forward, and then start to create some nice big circles with your body. So here you might be feeling some snap, crackle, pops in your shoulders. It's okay. Just taking nice big circles. And if you find an area that needs a little bit more work, go ahead and stop there again and explore it just a little bit further. Once you've done 3 in one direction, go ahead and reverse the direction. And then come back to neutral spine. So from here, tuck the right toes under, draw the leg back, and then lift it to about hip height. You can take a peek back if you'd like, just to make sure it's hip height, and then go ahead and extend that left hand forward. And here, feeling a nice elongation of the spine, reaching through your left fingertips, flexing that right foot as if your foot is on the wall, pushing firmly through the heel of your right foot. So inhale here once more, just drawing it a little bit further away. And then exhale, bring that left elbow to the right knee for a curl. Inhale, extend long. And exhale, curl once more. Inhale, extend long. And exhale for a curl. Inhale once more, reaching the longest you've reached before. And then place that left hand down and right knee down. Now tuck those left toes under, draw the left leg back, lift up to about hip height, and then extend that right arm forward. And again, feeling a nice long spine, pushing through the fingertips. The left foot is flexed as if it's pushing against a wall. Inhale to reach a little bit further, and then exhale, draw the right elbow to the left knee for a curl. Inhale, extend long. And exhale, draw that in for a curl. Inhale, extending long. Exhale, curling in once more. And then inhale, extending long. And just reaching just a little bit further. And then go ahead and Drop that right hand, bring the left knee down to the ground. Coming into tabletop. So from here in tabletop, this time I want you to focus on your shoulders, your shoulder blades. So go ahead and kind of drop your chest down, not like a cow where we're lifting the head, but just feeling your chest drop down in between your hands, your shoulder blades, kissing, and then go ahead and push out firmly. So here what we're doing is called retraction and protraction of your shoulders. So here just working on our shoulders. So again, dropping the chest, allowing the shoulder blades to kiss in the back. And then pushing as we are in cat, just drawing the shoulder blades away from each other. I'm going to go ahead once more, inhaling to drop that chest, allowing the shoulder blades to kiss in the back. And then pushing firmly away, drawing those shoulder blades away from each other, nice engaged arms. And then come back to neutral tabletop. So from here, tuck the toes under and lift the knees about 2 inches off the ground. Just let the knees hover. Maybe you touch the right knee down, bring it back up. Touch the left knee down, bring it back up. Right knee down, back up. Left knee down, back up. Once more with the right, back up. Left knee, back up. And last time with the right, and back up. And left, and back up. And go ahead and push into downward facing dog. So our first downward facing dog, feel free to pedal it out. Maybe shift your hips left and right. Exploring the stretch. Then find somewhere you can settle. Take a peek at your hands. Make sure your hands are about shoulder width distance apart. All fingers are spread, pushing firmly through the hands. Go ahead and take a slight bend at your knees and stick your booty up in the air just a little bit higher than you think. And then start to draw your heels to the ground. Go ahead and take a couple breaths here. And then go ahead and start to walk your feet up towards your hands, coming to the top of the mat in a forward fold. And here, fold so much that your belly drapes on your knees, on your thighs. And inhale to lift halfway. And here you can have your hands on your shins, you can have your hands on the floor if you'd like. Feeling a nice long back. Elongating through the collarbones and the sternum. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up the arms up and overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center, coming into Samastitihi. I'm going to turn down the volume just a little bit. There we go, okay. So here in Samastitihi, I encourage you to close your eyes for just a second. Take a look at your feet. Make sure that your feet are aligned straight, that your middle toe is aligned directly behind your ankle, or in front of your ankle. And then go ahead and close your eyes. Now lift up on all 10 toes. And I want you to start to rock a little bit side to side, front and back, just exploring the balance. And then once you find where you feel like you're pretty centered, really balanced, you can go ahead and release your toes to the ground. But I don't want you to grip on the ground, just gently release the toes, starting with the pinky toe first. Now focus on the feet. Now start to lift up on the inner and outer arches of your feet. And moving up, you're going to feel your kneecaps lift as you engage your thighs. Your frontal hip points will kind of draw upwards towards your front bottom ribs, kind of creating this cinch or tuck in your belly. And go ahead and shrug your shoulders up to your ears and then release them down behind your back. And then once more, shrug those shoulders up and release. Now, elongating through the sternum. The sternum is lifting up towards the ceiling. Collarbones are spread long. Your hands are palms facing forward. Fingertips spread, nice, active, engaged hands. And then just lift up slightly on your chin so your head is parallel. So Tadasana, you have arrived. So now go ahead and inhale your arms up and overhead. And then exhale, forward fold to Uttanasana. And then take a step back with your right leg here. And then drop the right knee, release the right toes. And then inhale, coming up, and place your palms on your left knee. Other variations are to have your arms up overhead, goalpost arms, or my personal favorites, I like to have my arms down and back. If you choose the goalpost arms or down and back, just be mindful of not letting your head drop back. And inhaling here for a couple breaths, just feeling that stretch in that inner right hip. And then come back to hands on your knees if you chose a different arm variation. And then bring your hands down to the floor, and then push back, coming into Ardha Hanuman half split. And then here, before you fold forward, just take a second, make sure your hips are aligned. Left foot is flexed off the ground, and then inhale to lift, and exhale to fold forward. And here the goal, is not chin to knee, but you would rather get chin to shin. So you want this long, straight back. You don't want to have this arch, but rather an elongation. And go ahead and step down on the left foot. Bring the hands back to either side of the left foot. Tuck the right toes under, and then step it back into a high plank. Go ahead and set the knees down for a modified knees plank. And then we're going to push forward just a little bit, and then start to dip down for Chaturanga. And then inhale to lift. And then exhale, coming back down to Chaturanga. Inhale to rise. And last one. Exhaling for Chaturanga. And inhale to rise. And I like just one more. So this time we're going to take it all the way down to the ground. So a nice slow, all the way down, and go ahead and release the arms. Take the arms down to either side of your legs, palms facing down, chin or forehead to the ground, and then inhale, start to lift your chin and your chest to the ground, pushing firmly through the tops of your feet, engaging your lower belly. And then exhale, release. And then once more, pushing firmly to the tops of your feet, through your thighs. You have this downward rotation of your pelvis as you're lifting through your chest, your chin. And exhale to lower. And here, if you'd like to take it one step further, you can go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back. I want you to still focus on keeping your legs on the ground, but you can use your arms for this. So then inhaling to lift. And exhale to lower. Now take your hands and place them about underneath your shoulder, and then draw them back to your bottom ribs. You can make sure that your elbows are stacked over your wrists, and then push firmly to the tops of the feet, engaging your thighs. And then inhale to lift all the way up into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. And then go ahead and tuck those toes and push back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, go ahead and lift up on that right leg. Tiger curl it through, and then place that right foot in between your two hands. Drop that left knee down to the ground, uncurl those toes, place your hands on your right knee. If you did another arm variation on the other side and you'd like to take the same variation on this side, feel free. Again, those options were arms up overhead, goal post arms, or down by their sides. And again, just being mindful not to let that head drop back. But you want a nice active neck. And if you chose a different variation, go ahead and come back to the hands on top of the knee. Bring the hands down to the ground on either side. And then start to push back, lifting up on the right toes, flexing the right foot. And again, just take a peek at your hips. Make sure your hips are about the same, excuse me, at the same plane. And then go ahead and inhale to lift up and exhale to float forward. And again, make sure you're not creating that curl in your spine, but you have a nice long back. Chin to chin or chin to toes, not chin to knee. And then go ahead and sit that right foot down, uncurl those left toes, and curl the left toes, lift up on the left leg, and then go ahead and step it up into Vinyasa, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands down to heart center, Samastitihi. Now inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this time bringing that left leg back, dropping that left knee, uncurling the toes, and then coming up into low lunge. Exhale, place the hands down, go ahead and step back into a high plank. And this time you can take it through full chaturanga if you'd like, or modified if you prefer. Inhaling up into Urdhva Mukha and exhaling into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now lifting up on the left leg, bringing it in for a tiger curl, putting that left leg in between the two hands, dropping the right knee, uncurling the right toes, and then coming up to Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And exhale, placing the hands down, stepping up that right foot, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi. Once more on either side. So inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Head and step that right foot back. Drop the right knee, uncurl the toes. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, place the hands down, step back, going through Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, and Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now lifting up that right leg, tower grip, curling it through, placing it in between your hands, and then dropping that left knee down to the ground, releasing the toes. And then exhale, placing the hands down, stepping up with that left foot to a forward fold. Inhaling to lift halfway. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, down through heart center, Samastitihi. Once more on the left side, so inhaling, lifting arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. And stepping that left leg back, dropping the left knee down to the ground, uncurling the toes. Anjaneyasana. And exhale, placing the hands down, step back, going through your Vinyasa. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Now on the left side, inhaling the left leg up and stepping the left leg through, placing the right knee down, coming up into Anjaneyasana. exhale, place the hands down, step that right foot back up to the front, and then inhaling to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lifting the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center and Samasthiti. So now inhale to bring the arms up overhead, and go ahead and cross your arms. So you're going to be grabbing hold of opposite elbows, and then take that right leg, curl it up, and then go ahead and step it all the way back. So you're going to be in kind of this diagonal lunge here with your arms holding your elbows. So then holding here for a second, making sure your left knee is stacked over your left ankle. You're pushing firmly through your right heel, making sure you're lifting up on that right leg and no saggy legs here. And then inhaling here, and then exhale, shift the weight to your left foot, and coming up for a little cat curl here, maybe you kiss your knee, and then step it back to a high lunge. And then go ahead and bring your hands down to either side of your foot. Keep that right hand where it is, inhaling that left arm up for a revolve side angle. And here just feeling the stretch in between your shoulder blades, pulling that left arm nice up and high. Make sure your right leg isn't sagging, and then here go ahead and start to rise up. And then swivel that left hand back up, coming again into that high lunge with your opposite elbows held. And then we're going to start to shift our weight again into that left foot, coming up into Vinyasa 3, Warrior 3. So here we're trying to get our hips in line, dropping that right hip down towards the ground, flexing through the right foot, pushing firmly through the right foot. And then go ahead and come up to rise, bring that right foot up, and then we're going to extend it back out into Vinyasa 3. And now this time, I want you to take that right knee, tuck it behind the left knee for a little pistol squat here, and then push it back through, and then go ahead and come up and rise and release. You can go ahead and shake it out a little bit before you're feeling that in your hips. Alright, so now same thing on the other side. So go ahead and, if you had your arms crossed, take it to the other side now, to the opposite side, right? So now go ahead and lift up on that left knee and extending it back so you're in this diagonal lunge. And then again, just checking our alignment here. Our right knee is stacked over our right ankle, pushing firmly through the heel of the left foot. That active engagement, making sure we don't have that saggy back leg. And then going to inhale here, and then exhale, shifting that weight into that right foot. Oops. And then curling through, little cat curl here. Maybe kiss that knee, and then bringing it back into a high lunge. And go ahead and release the arms down, placing that left palm on the inside of the right foot, and then extending the right arm up towards the sky. So here, pulling firmly through the tips of the fingers in the right hand, creating this elongation. And then starting to rise. And then coming back again through that lunge with opposite elbows. And then we're going to go ahead and do that Vinyasa 3 on this side. So again, go ahead and drop that left hip down towards the ground, extending firmly through the heel of the left foot. And then coming up to rise for that little kind of cat curl, and pushing out once more for Vinyasa 3. And now this time we're going to tuck that left knee behind the right knee, coming down for a pistol squat here, and pushing back through, and then inhaling to rise. Alright, and then shake it out. Alright, so now we're going to build on from that. So go ahead and grab the opposite elbows again, lifting up on that right knee, stepping it back for a diagonal lunge. Inhaling here, and then exhaling for that cat crow. Stepping it back, dropping the hands down, lifting up left arm for the revolved side angle. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bring the arms to grab opposite elbows. Inhale, lift Vinyasa 3. Exhale, back cat crow. Inhale again, Vinyasa 3. Exhale, pistol squat. Inhale, Vinyasa 3. Go ahead and place the hands down and step it back, and then lift up on that left heel, coming into pyramid pose here. Now inhale to rise up just a little bit, and exhale to fold forward a little more. Feeling that stretch in the back of the left leg. Go ahead and step down on the left foot, bend the knee to about a 90-degree angle, and then take that right foot out at about a 45-degree angle. Go ahead and shift over so that the left heel intersects the right arch. The arch of the right foot. And then inhale to rise into Vinyasa 2, Warrior 2. Push firmly through the outer edge of your right foot. Lift up through your sternum. Feel your collarbones long. Inhale to flip that left palm. Exhale, revolved warrior. Inhaling again to rise into Warrior 2. And then exhale, go ahead and bring the hands all the way down to the ground. Right arm up overhead, extended side angle. Then here from extended side angle, you can take a bind if you'd like, maybe a half bind. You take that right arm, put the palm towards the back of the rim, placing it behind your back. Left hand underneath the leg, and then interlocking the hands behind the back. From here, we're going to work our way into Bird of Paradise. So take that right leg and bring it up towards the front of the mat. And then turn to the side here so you can see. And then bend deeply into both knees and start to lift up on your left heel, shifting the weight over into your right leg. And again, bend deeply into the knees, and then find your drishti or focus point and start to rise up. Then you can choose to stay here if you'd like. You can go ahead and extend that left leg for Bird of Paradise. And then getting out up at the way you came back in. So mindfully placing that left leg down, releasing the bind, coming back into extended side angle. And then from here, go ahead and bring the right arm down to the ground, coming into the lizard pose. Here in a high active lizard, so you want to be pushing through through the heel of the right foot. Engaging through the arms. Rock back and forth here. And then go ahead and take that left foot, step it back, coming into a high plank. And then take the right arm, place it where the right palm was, left arm where the left palm was, coming into a forearm plank. So now in forearm plank, take the right hand, put the right hand where the left elbow is, coming onto the outer edge of the right foot, stacking the left foot over. The left arm reaches up overhead, and then up above your ear, creating this rainbow shape and side plank here on the right side. Release that right hip down to the ground, and then release the right arm down to the ground as well. And then move to the front here so you can see me. So, right arm is going to be about shoulder height, kind of creating this like alligator arm, laying on your right side. So then we'll inhale and start to trace large circles with your left hand, coming all the way around, and then meeting back up with the right. Do about 3 going one direction, and then 3 going the other direction. We're just releasing our shoulder blades. And another direction. And then coming back to rise, coming again through that forearm plank. And now pushing up into a full plank. So right arm first and then left arm coming into full plank. And then downward facing dog. And we go ahead and step your feet up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold again. Bring the arms up and overhead. Vinyasa. Now go ahead and grab the opposite elbows again. This time, lift up on the left leg. Step the left leg back for the diagonal lunge. And now going up into that cat curl. So exhale. And stepping back, the diagonal lunge. Release the arms down to the ground. Left hand stays on the inside of the right foot. Right arm touches up. Inhale to rise. Exhale. Again into the diagonal lunge. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, cat curl. Inhale, warrior three again. Exhale, do that pistol squat. Inhale, warrior three. And stepping back. Going through pyramid pose, releasing the hands down to the ground, lifting up on the right foot. And inhale to lift slightly, and exhale to forward fold a little more. Release the right foot to the ground. Go ahead and heel toe it over into the middle of the mat. Left foot comes down at about a 45-degree angle. Keep the right knee bent over the right ankle. And lifting up into Vinyasa 2, warrior 2. Push firmly through the outer edge of the left foot. Release the shoulder blades down. With gaze over the right finger, right middle finger. Inhale to flip that right palm up. Exhale, round warrior. Inhale back into warrior 2. And then coming down to semi-side angle. So right hand inside the right foot. Left hand reaching up towards the sky. If you'd like to take a half bind here, flip that left palm, bring it behind the back. If you want to take the full bind, right arm goes underneath the right leg. And then working up towards bird of paradise. So taking that left leg, bending it up. Face them here. And then again, bending deeply into both legs. And then starting to lift up on that right leg, forming a drishti or point of focus. And then if you'd like to, you can extend that right leg out, bird of paradise. And then coming back the way you came in, so releasing that right leg down, stepping back, coming into extended side angle, and then setting up for our lizard. So for the lizard, pushing firmly through the heel of the left foot, right knee is stacked over the right ankle, kind of just rocking back and forth there. And then step that right leg back, and then into high plank. So now left forearm down, right arm down, and now coming over to side plank on the left side. So left hand is going to go where the right elbow is, outer edge of the right foot, lift that right hand up, and then lift it up overhead, create more of a rainbow shape. And now release that left hip down to the ground, left arm is going to come down to the ground, left hand in front of your about shoulders height, creating that crocodile arms. And then again, inhaling to lift up on that right arm, bringing it around, nice big circles. And doing 3 on one direction, and then reversing the direction, doing 3 on the other side. By the other side, I mean going the other direction. You know what I meant. Alright, and then coming back to your forearm plank. And now left hand is going to push up into full plank, and then right hand pushes up into full plank. And now go ahead and bend the knees so that your knees are just hovering 2 inches off the ground, and then push back up to plank. Now take the right knee, bring it up like it's going to touch your right wrist, and step it back. Left knee comes up as if it's going to touch your left wrist, and step it back. How about right knee to right elbow this time? And back. And left knee to left elbow, and step it back. Alright, now go ahead and hover your both knees again 2 inches off the ground, and then go ahead and release them. Alright, so now take a look at where your palms are. You're going to go ahead back down into that forearm, kind of like that we were before, but this time I want you to interlace your hands. So your arms are set up in kind of a triangle. You might want to scoot your elbows in just a little bit closer. Don't want them further than your shoulders, so even a little bit further in is better. So here we're going to work our way up into dolphin pose. So tuck those toes under and lift up. So here your head is lifted off the ground. You're pushing firmly through your arms. You're kind of lifting your shoulders away from your ears. And then start to walk your feet in. So now your shoulders will be stacked over your elbows. We're going to do a couple dolphin push-ups here. So lean forward, bring your chin past your fingers, lean your touches the ground, and push back up. Alright, 1, and coming down, and push back up, 2, and coming down, chin touches, 3, come on, can you do 2 more? Now, chin goes past the hands, and back up, 4, and last one, and 5. Alright, great. Release your knees down to the ground. You can release your arms. Maybe extend your hands long for child's pose. Or how about bringing your arms down by your side, relaxing your shoulders. Alright, great. So, if you've had enough, you can feel free to sit with your legs raised or up on a wall, or do a supported shoulder stand. And here we're going to work towards a forearm balance. So, again, like I said, if you'd like to just take a rest now, you can sit with your legs like this. Always getting all the benefits of an inversion. But if you'd like to work towards forearm balance, we're going to come against the wall. So we want to be about, 2 inches away from the wall. You're going to have that same strong, like dolphin pose hands that I showed you before. We want to be mindful that our elbows don't splay out wide. We want to keep that strong grip. You can choose to either keep your hands interlaced like this, or you can have your palms facing out, whichever you prefer. But again, just being mindful of those elbows. So, if you'd like to at least work on the strength for this, you can, just work on holding it just in kind of a dolphin pose variation. So, setting up like we did for dolphin, and walking the feet forward, making sure our shoulders are stacked over our elbows, and then you can start to lift up on one leg, maybe lift up on the other, maybe you just stay here working on building that strength. If you'd like to kick up and you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and kick up. And so for here, just be mindful that your head is not on the ground, so you're actually firmly pushing through your shoulders, working on your balance here, and then releasing back down. So go ahead and try a couple of those on your own. I suggest starting with one leg raised and then, working on the other side. And again, so just creating kind of that firm push through the shoulders. Your shoulders are lifted away from your ears. Head is not on the ground. So I'll try once more here. I'm going to do my other leg first now. And so once you've had enough of that, go ahead and come to your mat, extend your legs out long, and just bend your knees slightly, and just so enough so that your belly drapes on your thighs. And go ahead and reach for your toes, and then you can start to kind of work your feet out, but keep that belly to thigh engagement here. So just working your heels out. And then I always encourage everyone to kind of let go of their hands. You know how much work your hands are doing and how much work your actual body is doing, creating the shape. So the goal is to, keep our belly on our thighs. Just play around with how much work you're doing pulling and how much work you're actually doing without the hands. And again here, chin is going, out towards the shins, towards the toes, not rounding. Over the left, so your knees will be stacked here. If you have a lot of space in between your knees, you might want to use a block, or if you have extra toilet paper rolls laying around, maybe you want to use that. And then inhale to rise, and exhale to fold forward. Here, make sure you're keeping both feet flexed. Your left toe should be pointed up towards the sky. Right foot is also flexed. This helps to protect your knees. Again, a nice long back. And then hands back. Extend that right foot out. And then now working around the left side. So cross the left foot over. Left knee stacks over right. Both feet are flexed. Inhale to lift. And exhale to fold. Rise up again. Exhale, release that leg. And so this time, bend the right knee up, and you're going to take that right foot, cross it over the left, so your right ankle will be in line with your left knee. And then inhale to reach that left arm up. Exhale to twist over to the right. Your right hand will come behind you. And on each inhale, lift up slightly, and on the exhale, twist just a little bit deeper. And then inhale to come back. Go ahead and release that right leg, release it down, and going on to the left side. So bend that left leg up, cross the left leg over the right. Left ankle will be in line with the right knee. Left hand will come behind you, right hand will reach up. And then coming in for a twist. And again on the inhale, maybe lifting up slightly. And then on the exhale, twisting just a little bit deeper. Inhale to release. And now coming through Navasana or boat pose. So lift up on both of your legs so your shins are parallel to the ground. Arms can be down by the side. If you prefer a little bit more supportive, you can place your hands under your thighs. I'm just going to turn to the side here so you can see me. If you'd like to get one step further, you can straighten out the legs. Just make sure you're keeping a nice active back. You're lifting through the back, lifting through the sternum. And then we'll slowly start to come down. and hover about 2 inches off the ground. And then rise back up. And exhale, coming about 2 inches off the ground. And inhale to rise. And exhale, releasing 2 inches off the ground. Inhale to rise. Exhale, 2 inches off the ground. Inhaling to rise. And then exhaling 2 inches off the ground and hold. Hold here. Keep holding. And release. Coming down onto your back. So now that you're on your back, bend your knees up, preparing for bridge pose. So knees up towards the ceiling, feet flat on the ground, hands are down by your side, palms facing down. And then here in bridge, start to push firmly through the feet and lift up on the hips. And for a little bit more, you can start to kind of tuck your shoulders under, interlace your hands underneath your back, and push firmly through your hips. Go ahead and lift up on that right leg, send the right foot out, flex the right foot, point, and flex, and point, and then set it back down. Assess your alignment here, make sure you're pushing up firmly, and now lift up on the left leg, and point your foot, and flex, and point, and flex, and point, and release that down to the ground. Go ahead and release the arms, rest your shoulders, and then come down one vertebrae at a time. Take your feet out wide to the outer edges of the mat, and then let your knees knock in together. Now have your feet windshield wiper from side to side. Alright, now coming back, center, and here setting up for wheel pose this time, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So place your hands up like this, you're about to prevent the ceiling from falling down, and then bend your arms at a 90-degree angle, kind of near your ears here, but not super close to your ears, you're only a couple inches away. And so we're going to inhale to lift about halfway and just kind of rest lightly on our head for a second, and then we'll inhale again to rise completely. So go ahead and inhale halfway, exhale, and then inhale to rise completely. So you're pushing firmly through the hands, creating this nice arch. And now start to shift some weight onto your left foot. Inhale to reach that right leg up. And placing it back down. Take a second to readjust, and then go ahead and lift up that left leg. And step it back down. And now holding. A couple more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently release down to the ground. Again, one vertebrae at a time. Bring those feet out wide. Let the knees knock in together. And do the lower windshield wiper side to side. Alright. Now take that right leg up, cross the right leg over the left leg. Wearing a nice little mini skirt. And take the legs over towards the left side. And take your arms out into a T, and then draw your gaze over your right middle finger. And then inhaling, coming back to your center. Switching the legs. Left leg crosses over the right. Dropping over towards the right side. Gaze over the left middle finger. And then coming to the center. If there's any other poses that you'd like to do at this time, please feel free. If you'd like to take a nice happy baby, grab onto the outer edges of your feet and rock back massaging the lower back. Maybe if it feels good, you can start to extend one leg out. Maybe extend the other. Maybe extend both. Maybe draw your feet in close to each other. And then coming down into Shavasana, final pose. Extend your legs long. I encourage you to take up space. We have so much space, right? Just nobody else practicing around us, so this is nice. Palms facing up, legs are relaxed. And go ahead and come back to that breath that we did in the beginning. Maybe you want to focus on the 4-part breath. Maybe if that gets really easy, start taking up to 5 or 6 or 7. If your mind starts to wander, just bring it back to that breath. Start to bring some awareness back to your body. Maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, creating some nice wrist circles, ankle circles, whatever feels good. Take your hands and interlace them above your head, and then maybe just do a nice good morning stretch, arch your back, lift your belly, point your toes, and then exhale to release. Go ahead and when you're ready, come and lay on your favorite side, and then in the fetal position here. And then again, when you're ready, coming up in front of the mat in a comfortable seat. I'm just going to get close to your ears so you can see me. So I have a little quote I wanted to read. So, hope. Hope costs nothing. The last thing we should ever lose is hope, even in the face of the impossible. It costs us nothing to hope, and without hope, we are certain to fail. Without hope, we can't move. We sit and wait for what we believe is inevitable. We never know for sure whether we could have changed things. All we know is that we didn't even try. I can hope for the best and let that hope tell me what I need to do to make it happen. So I think it's just important for us to all stay hopeful during this time, even when, sometimes we think there's no end in sight. It will end, things will get better. So I hope all of you are staying hopeful. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.